If I were a doctor, I would be awesome. Scrubs. Do you remember that? Here you go. Scrubs 1, Season 1. This is the story of three newly qualified doctors. So you have John Dorian, aka JD. Uh, I'm going to do some reverse as usual. Then you have Elliot Reed, and then you have Christopher Turk, who is the surgeon. Both of these two are medical. Then you got Nurse Carla Espinosa, and then you got the Chief of Medicine, Bob Kelso, and finally Dr. Cox, Chief clinical staff at the time, and the janitor, who isn't on this, but he is in the season. The series revolves around, as I said, those three doctors who have just become newly qualified and how they ended up working at the same hospital, which is Sacred Heart, which I am yet to track down. Don't ask me where it is, I won't tell you. Like I just said, I have no idea. Be as it may, it's not really. It is a comedy program, but it does have its serious side. Whereas ER was kind of the reverse. It was very serious, but it had its comical moments. This is completely flipped on its head. So, for instance, it has JD having a lot of flashbacks and kind of thought moments where he just tilts his head to the left like this. Yeah. Anyway, then you have Turk, who is his best friend and his roommate, and basically is everything to him. And then suddenly Elliot comes in on the same day and becomes JD's love interest. Kind of again like Big Bang Theory, but obviously in much more depth, maybe because the series is finished now. Dr. Cox is effectively a high functioning psycho doctor, but he does have a charming side. Then you got Carla, who is the head nurse, but very bossy and ends up in a relationship with Turk. And then finally, you've got Dr. Kelso, who's the chief of medicine, who basically doesn't give a crap about anyone and can do what he likes and gets away with it. But as the series progresses, as you can see with season 2, and the janitor, who is this dude here, who becomes JD's nemesis after a while because he dropped a penny in the door. The series has progressed over 8 years. Well, yeah, 8 years because there was a slight gap because of the writer's strike, if you remember that, a few years back. With JD and Elliot getting together and then breaking up and then going out with various people, etc., etc. Then Carla and Turk go out and then get married, and then you find out that Dr. Cox's ex-wife Jordan comes into the mix, and then she falls pregnant with Dr. Cox's son. I think it's in the season beforehand. So in this one, you have more of the kind of side characters. So, for instance, the Todd, who apparently was the Karate Kid, but I'm yet to actually check on that. I doubt it, but you never know. I like to be proven wrong. It's never happened before. What else? Then in this season, Turk and Carla have their own daughter, Isabella. And then in this season, which was when the writer's strike kicked in, because on this one there are only 13 episodes, where in the normal sort of season there's about 26 episodes. There was actually half of it because of the writer's strike. But this is the series where JD and a girl called Kim, who, if I can find her name, which I cannot, he has a little boy called Sam. And in this one, the final season, it ends up with the janitor getting married and everything getting resolved. So, for instance, Turk and Carla have a second kid. JD gets a job closer to his son because him and the girl Kim aren't really together anymore. JD pronounces his love for Elliot properly to the point where they actually stay together permanently, as it is implied on the last episode. What else? Yeah, and then obviously, like I said, the janitor gets married. Scrubs is actually a very good little series to watch. Even if you only watch a couple of episodes per season, it's still worthwhile to see because of the fact that it's just a nice little pick me up rather than a drop me from a great height and hope for the best type series like ER. Although I'm not saying ER was rubbish, I'm actually a big fan of ER. I used to watch it all the time before I went to work, but those were the days. Anyway, gonna be back in a bit. So, if you haven't watched Scrubs, you can watch it on E4, on YouTube, on Love Film, on Netflix, all those ones. So, go and check it out and see what you think. Okay, bye.